Showtime. Here we are. February 23rd. Let me taste this coffee.
Did the groundhog see his shadow this year?
Yeah, he did, but it's
What's
way
that mean?
warmer. If he sees it, it means 6 more weeks of winter. But like that shit doesn't work.
You know what the temperature was yesterday?
Do you believe in Puxatawny Phil? It was, dude. It was like for the
What?
past Puxatawny Phil.
Oh yeah, I don't know that word.
Puxatawny Phil's the name of the fucking groundhog.
Oh really?
Yes, it's Puxatawny Phil.
What kind of name is that?
Puxatawny Phil, dude. I don't fucking know. I didn't name him.
I couldn't tell you more than 2 letters in that word you just said.
Puxatawny Phil. I feel like you're missing out. And an X.
Yeah, that's weird. That's an interesting name. But anyways, the answer to that question was it was 87. And tomorrow, if you want to take a stab at what it's going to be tomorrow, you can. Oh, well, the answer to that question was 90. So,
well, that's why I'm moving to Florida.
Yeah.
I spent last night figuring out applying to assistantships. Like your boy might be the graduate assistant in charge of orientation and first year students.
Oh, you totally fit well as one of those dorks. No doubt about that.
No, I wouldn't be like the ones who like walk on the stage and like, hey, welcome to the University of Miami. We're so glad you're here. Thanks for coming, guys. We're gonna have a great 4 years. You know, I'm not gonna be. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, they're
Cyro.
brutal.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And those guys like the
worst. They're the worst.
I'm on the Spirit Squad.
A little bit about me. I love Disney. I have a boyfriend's girlfriend. They also love Disney. Yeah.
He's a he, she. He doesn't know.
My pronouns are.
See, so he's my girlfriend, boyfriend isn't a trans. He's actually a Hermie. He was born with both parts. He just hasn't decided which one he's gonna take off. That's so fucked.
Yeah.
But it's not so fucked up what I just said. We're talking basketball today. We're talking Hawks are considering Ime Udoka, Carmelo Anthony to the Phoenix Suns potentially. Kevin Durant's publicly recruiting him. Will Barton and the 76ers are in discussion. Bronny James was tabbed as a top 10 pick in ESPN's first mock draft for 2024. And James Harden's going back to, there's a 70% chance he goes back to the Rockets. Joshua George. Yeah. Yeah, you walked into something.
That does look like a Guinness. Oh my goodness.
I think it's the cup that makes it look like a Guinness. It's just
because it looks like it has the foam at the top. The Guinness foam.
Simply Southern, but I just bought for $33 100 pods of coffee off of Amazon.
I think I'm about to go today. I think I'm going to go to Target. Can you get Keurigs at Target?
If you go to Walmart for $19.16.
I hate going to Walmart, dude. It's the worst intersection in Florida.
Oh, is that really what's holding you back?
Dude, it's like Walmart's like less than a mile from here, but it is such a pain in the ass. There's so many people. There's like the whole city of Fort Myers likes to go in that Walmart at the same time. It's brutal. But Target, do you think Target has Keurigs?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
They do. Just buy Keurig, and then if you go to Amazon, I got it delivered in 4 hours. Oh,
whoa.
100 coffee K-pods for $33.
Dang.
4
hours? Same day delivery?
Same day delivery in Lawrence,
that's like
Kansas.
The best feature of the world. That's like the one good thing about like society, I guess. In this
same day delivery.
In this era. Yeah, same day delivery. Whew.
All right. We didn't really talk about this because I somehow didn't wake up till 9 a.m. yesterday. But let's sit here and talk about the fact that the Hawks have fired Nate McMillan, second head coach in 3 years, to be fired by the Atlanta Hawks. Next, we have a list of candidates to have come out. The only candidate they have confirmed is Quinn Snyder and Ime Udoka being considered. All right. So we know that the guys that they're considering. Also, quick note: the XFL averaged over a million views this opening weekend, almost
Wow.
1.2 million per game.
Wow, good for them. People
Good.
are, even though the Super Bowl was like 2 weeks ago, people are hungry for football right now.
I mean,
Still.
I didn't watch it like game to game before. We'll get back to the NBA, but I didn't watch it game to game. But for the initial stuff I watched, it was the best minor league, spring league football that I've seen in the past 3 years. Like, it actually looked competent. I mean, there were some bad moments, but like, it was a good product. Under Armour sponsored it. It was good.
There's NBA talent or NFL talent, right?
Yeah. It's like all like former first round picks. It's like their whole thing is they're player 54 because there's only 53 players on an NFL roster. So they're all the guys who were player 54, the last guys to get cut, you know? Yeah. Pretty good. And they have like a docu-series. You should watch it a docu-series following.
I hear it a lot on the radio, but I've never watch it. It was just the debut, but
it's like Hard Knocks, but on steroids. The docu-series.
I've actually never seen Hard Knocks.
Well, this one's cool because instead of it being about just one team, it's about the fucking league and everybody. Yeah. And that like they're so important to the process, you know?
Yeah, that does sound better. A league of hard knocks.
Yeah, it's literally a league of hard knocks, which I thought. All right, so let's talk about the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks are considering hiring Ime Udoka. If you guys have been following the show, we have said Ime Udoka should be hired ASAP Rocky by this team. If there was anybody, because this whole team's problem is accountability. Accountability is the key word here. And when you look at the situation, we've heard Jordi Fernandez, who's a guy a coach from Barcelona, who Mike Brown has basically taken everywhere with him. We've heard Quinn Snyder, former Utah Jazz coach. We've heard Kenny Atkinson, Warriors assistant. We've heard Charles Lee of the Milwaukee Bucks. And yesterday, Mark Stein of the Steinline said Ime Udoka is being considered. And you know that I brought up Landry Fields, former Spurs front office guy, worked in the Spurs front office at the same time as who? Ime Udoka. So they said they're immediately starting their head coach search. Joe Prunty, former Milwaukee Bucks interim coach, is the interim coach. What are your thoughts of this whole situation? Nate McMillan almost resigned in December.
Isn't that pretty rare that they are going after a coach like right now? Is that usually delegated to the summer?
So they haven't said if they're going to sign someone mid-season. What was unprecedented was a few years ago was the Minnesota Timberwolves when they fired Ryan Saunders. The same day they fired Ryan Saunders, they announced they had hired a head coach. That's unprecedented. Where you fire a coach the same in the middle of the season. Like, we fired Ryan Saunders like 30 games into the season, and within an hour, within the hour that we announced firing him, we announced that we had signed Chris Finch to a 4-year deal. Mm-hmm.
I'd love. Yeah, that's a quick turnaround. I'd love the Hawks to go grab Ime right now. I mean, even the other candidates, I think Ime is clearly the guy for the job. I mean, no disrespect. If it wasn't Ime, I think it'd be Quinn Snyder. Kenny is kind of like the Miles Turner of coaching rumors. But yeah, the Landry Fields connection, and just I think like the interesting thing with the Atlanta Hawks now is because Nate did such a good job that year. He got him to the playoffs, got him to the finals, Eastern Conference Finals. And, it's crazy because that was like 2 years ago, and just so much stuff has happened since then. And as Cyro just said, thinking about resigning in January or December or whatever it was. And it's just shocking. I think this team, there's going to have to be a quick turnaround because you went out there, you acquired DeJounte Murray, John Collins expressed his displeasure not too long ago. So now all eyes are kind of becoming on, is Trae Young the problem? Can you build a team with Trae Young? Is Trae Young a coach killer? What's the word? And I think Ime Udoka fits exactly what they need because Ime is a guy you respect.
Accountability. He's going to
look at you. Respect this man.
Well, Luke always tells me the reason why the Boston Celtics turned around last year was Ime Udoka would walk into the locker room and cuss out every single player.
And that's what you got to do.
He would literally just berate, like, the ball. He would berate Jason Tatum. He would berate Jaylen Brown. But he didn't berate anyone more. He berated every person equally. And everyone talked about that. That it was like he treated everyone equal and he got on your ass equally. No person, you know what I mean, had a pass. Everyone was getting their ass chewed by Ime Udoka. And I think that's something. And John Collins says accountability. This team's biggest problem is accountability. And for me, I think you look at this, it's definitely a interesting situation. So if you look at the current situation, they're 29-30. Third, it was Nate McMillan's technically third season. This team has lost 8 of their last 13. They're 23rd in point differential this year. And this is a team that we're only 2 years removed from an Eastern Conference Finals trip, which Nate McMillan did as an intern coach, who they fired Lloyd Pierce to hire Nate McMillan because Nate McMillan, not to hire, but to promote Nate McMillan to interim coach and eventually promoted him to, full-time head coach. And it was due to the strong relationship he had with Trae Young. Now, back in December, we knew that Atlanta was managing the issue between Nate McMillan when Young chose not to attend one of the team's games against the Nuggets, following an exchange with Nate McMillan at a shoot-around. And after that event, Nate McMillan strongly considered resigning from his position. Like, literally, they had to convince him not to go. And the team was planning on already firing Nate McMillan at the end of the season. They just felt like the move had to be done now. So we've heard Kings assistant Jordi Fernandez, who I think if we're not going to hire Ime Udoka, Jordi Fernandez, you should do a quick search of Jordi Fernandez. You're going to fall in love with him. He's 40 years old, born in Badalona, Spain. He went to the University of Barcelona and Haag School of Van Amsterdam. His first job in the NBA was working for the Canton Charge. Then Mike Brown discovered him, where he tutored Kyrie Irving, Tristan Thompson, Dion Waiters, and Matthew Dellavedova. And then he also helped develop Monte Morris, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, and Michael Porter Jr. And Jordi Fernandez this past year was hired to be the lead assistant on Mike Brown's bench, and he has been credited to helping develop Keegan Murray. And he has a PhD in sports psychology.
But a mid-season hire of somebody already on a coaching staff, I don't think that would happen.
No. If they go into the offseason.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I mean, I think this season's kind of a wash for Atlanta. I think they will improve, rather. I mean, it's not like 2 games below 500 is the end of the world, and you still got a lot of talent on this team. Or sorry, 1 game below 500. But as far as like championship aspirations, I think that ship is sailed for the season. But I mean, they certainly could get up to the 6th seed and just get solidified in the playoffs. But
do you want to hear what Jordi Fernandez's academic article he wrote is called?
Sure.
For college. Identifying and analyzing the construction and the effectiveness of offensive plays in basketball by using systematic observation.
Nice.
That's the paper he wrote in college. Oh, and he doesn't have a PhD. He's 1 academic article away from receiving his PhD. And it's a PhD in sports psychology with extensive research and studying of the observation of human behavior. I fucking love Jordi Fernandez. Tell me you don't love this. A coach with a fucking psych degree.
Yeah.
Like, and he's also the assistant coach of the Nigerian basketball team. I really say, if you're going to hire someone mid-season, it's Ime Udoka. And
yeah, that'd be it. And that's, you got to also think too, like, what are these teams thinking of Ime? As much as we
you got to be ready. You got to be ready for the PR nightmare.
Yeah. They already got a PR nightmare going on. I wonder what the situation is in the Hawks locker room. I'd pay like $10 to know what the vibe is in the Hawks locker room, because like all these players like Kevin Herter, I guess he hasn't really kind of said straight up that Atlanta was bad at all. He hasn't insinuated that, but he does kind of drop some stuff about just being appreciated out in Sacramento. And I wonder if the players are uniting, if they united around Nate not being the coach for them, or if they're uniting around Trae Young is the issue and our team is the issue. So,
no, I'm definitely interested to see how this whole plays out, due to the fact that I don't know. Like, first off, Trae Young's having his worst season since his rookie year, and this is a team that I don't know. Like, they're saying that they need motivations. Also, Swaggy, let's talk Knicks basketball tomorrow.
Knicks tape.
But yeah, no, Trae Young spent his whole offseason practicing with Steph Curry, training with Steph Curry to learn how to play off ball. What happened to all that training? And there's no defense. And this has been the problem for the team for the last 3 years.
Last year, they were like the third-ranked defense.
This team is the fourth. Going into next season will be the fourth highest payroll in all the NBA.
And somehow they're still extremely cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, they were a horrible defense last year. Sorry. It was offense. They were ranked 2. So if you have the second best offense, that's tough, because if they had the second best offense last year and they still were just 4 games above 500, that's a little tough. But they did acquire DeJounte Murray. But they're
also saying that the players were not responding to Nate McMillan's old school ways.
Okay, so if they're uniting around Nate not being the coach, that's so much better for the Hawks.
Let's pivot right here. And do you know who might be back in the league?
Carmelo.
Yeah, our man Kevin Durant has been publicly, according to Brandon B. Scoop Robinson, publicly courting Carmelo. I mean, this team is so bare in the cupboards that bring Carmelo. He played 25 minutes a night last year. The guy needs to only play like 12 minutes a night if he comes to the Suns. He might not even need to play. He's just going to be a leader.
Yeah, I struggle with this. Melo can't guard a cone. He can't guard a sitting cone. He's 38 years old. He'll be 39 in 2 months. I don't think the Suns needed to make this move, but
I'm not saying that they need to make the move, but if Kevin Durant's asking you to sign Carmelo Anthony to be your 15th guy on the roster, is Carmelo Anthony the worst guy to have as the 15th guy on the roster?
If he's my 15th man on the roster, absolutely not. That would work for sure, but like it's the same thing as like Paul George wanting Russ. It's like, yeah, that's cool for you. That's also why you're the player, not the GM, because from a winning standpoint, these aren't the best moves to make. But yeah, if he's the 15th guy, he's still a walking bucket. He can still knock down open threes.
Like if someone got hurt and you had to like go like an old defense lineup, like maybe like a Kevin Durant, DeAndre Ayton, Chris Paul. I know Devin Booker like isn't a renowned defender, nor is DeAndre Ayton, but when they try, they're passable. And you throw in Carmelo for like 10 minutes, you just tell Carmelo, stand at the 3-point line. I think he'll give you something. Yep. It's just defense hiding him. But at this point, that's why Carmelo is a power forward. People don't realize that. Carmelo is a power forward. And I just think, yeah, like 15th guy, like you look at the Suns' current roster, and I think he would just be, a backup for TJ Warren, Torrey Craig, Josh Okogie, Terrence Ross.
Yeah.
I just think he's a good guy to have in the locker room, a leader. And he's got the Chris Paul connection. Kevin Durant likes him. And at the end of the day, it'd actually be good for development. He could teach some stuff to Devin Booker, some stuff to DeAndre Ayton. Seriously, like, he's a guy who's seen it all. Chris Paul, the banana boats. Yeah. But KG's got that ring.
Also, then he can teach Melo a thing or two.
You know, I just think this team, they just need to get. I don't. The free agents out there, like right now, the guys who got bought out that we're aware of, is
The
John Wall.
buyout, the buyout market's it's toast. It's finished. We're back from break. This is the last week teams will make a big time move like that. I think the last guy left would be Will Barton, but Will Barton sometimes looks so bad on the defensive side. I guess age is catching up
Yeah, it's
quickly.
Will Barton and John Wall are the two guys. Like,
Oh yeah, John Wall. Yeah, but
and
he also he's that's it's not crazy at all to me. And I love my boy John Wall, but it's not crazy at all that John Wall is not on a basketball team because he is not doing good this year when he played.
I'm surprised
So
that the Suns haven't entertained John Wall.
I'm telling you, dude, he is not a good player this year. He is detrimental to your
I,
squad at
I
this
don't think
point.
I don't know if he's detrimental, but I
He's
just don't think
detrimental to your squad at this point.
NFL is not done. Just brainstorming, and I'm making videos there still too. But yeah, no, I think it's Carmelo.
Make the
If you
move.
if you do this move, it's because you want to bring in a guy that's offensive IQ leader, and you're doing it to appease Kevin Durant.
Well, not even that. Like even what's the ulterior option? Like Carter Williams? Yeah, get
Uh,
Melo. I'm sold.
It's really John Wall. It's John Wall or
Yeah, and it's
Melo.
not going to beat John Wall. Campaign healthy is a dog.
I mean, some games. I mean, there's other.
No, he's a dog. He's a dog when healthy.
We're not going to admit to the fact that sometimes he just kind of struggles.
Well, every player struggles
Uh,
sometimes. So
I
I think
mean,
campaign would be a suitable, and this is a lot for me. Let me pull up his stat. This is a lot for me because he was the worst player on my basketball team 5-6 years ago. Yeah, campaign is more than suitable. 24 minutes off the bench, 12 points, almost 40% from downtown, 5.5 assists.
look at his
Forget
playoff
about it.
stats. Playoff stats last year.
Well, the whole Suns were crap, but all right. 4.2 points per game. It's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right. Look at his 2021 playoff stats. And then get back to me. Oh,
I mean,
yeah. A lot better.
you feel good about that, don't you?
I'm just saying.
All right, let's talk about a guy by the name of Will Barton from Baltimore, Maryland. And Will Barton is a guy who just is 32 years old. He's struggled in DC, shooting about 39%, 38% from the field, but he's still shooting about 38% from three. And he's fallen out. He fell out of the rotation, and we've heard that the Philadelphia 76ers are interested in Will Barton. This is a team that I wouldn't say necessarily needs Will Barton, but they could get as much depth as they want. I'm surprised that Phoenix and other teams aren't going out and getting Will Barton. I just think, how much does Will Barton move the needle for the Philadelphia 76ers?
Not at all in a big way. I don't think. Maybe a very small needle, like maybe more of a prick when you get like blood drawn or whatever.
He can play defense.
Yeah, like sometimes maybe. I think. I think he would be a much better than Daniel House Jr. for the Philadelphia 76ers. I think he just had the worst possible year imaginable. And I guess at 32, he still got it. He still got it in the tank. This guy was a double-digit scorer since 2015. So I think he just had a horrible year in the District of Columbia, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah, it wasn't
He's still a bucket.
Yeah, no, I think he's definitely the starting lineup for this team's been a lot. James Harden, DeAnthony Milton, Tobias Harris, PJ Tucker, Joel Embiid, with Tyrese Maxey as the sixth man. Will Barton could take some minutes away from Shake Milton, Georges Niang, and even a little bit of Jalen McDaniels. Definitely would play Will Barton in front of Daniel House and Furkan Korkmaz and Montrezl Harrell. So, yeah, I think he would definitely get in there. He would help alleviate, James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, and DeAnthony Milton's, and even Tobias Harris's workload by being able to, a guy who can play shooting guard and small forward and space the floor, play a little bit of defense. like you said, I don't know if this is much. I don't think Will Barton would have as big of an impact as he would if he went to a team like Portland or Denver. I don't even think Denver, Portland or Phoenix.
Denver.
Huh?
Denver. That'd be something.
Yeah, Denver, I think it'd be a similar situation to the Sixers where he'd be like the 9th or 10th guy. I think he'd be farther down the list for Denver, but Portland could maybe use him or Phoenix.
Chicago.
What would he do in Chicago?
Play basketball.
For a losing team?
What he's doing right now. Oh, he's not even playing for Washington. Or, I'm sorry, was doing.
I don't know, man.
Why did Pat Bev come to Chicago? Pat Bev chose us over.
He was a hometown guy.
We're so back. It's crazy how back we are. Bulls to the playoffs, Bulls to the finals.
You remember how you said I was a delusional Wizards fan? You're a delusional Chicago Bulls fan.
At least we're better than the Pistons this year.
We're better than the Pistons. We're better than the Bulls.
That's fine. I'm just saying, yeah, as long as the Bulls are better than the Pistons, it's hard to chalk it up to a L of a season.
I don't know.
People forget.
I personally think Will Barton, though, the buyout market got picked clean pretty quick. The fact that Will Barton and John Wall are your two best players you could probably get.
Michael Carter Williams.
I'm pretty sure Michael Carter Williams got in trouble for like a rug pull cryptocurrency.
Oh. So did Tom Brady, and no one seems to care.
Tom Brady was just paid to sponsor it. Michael Carter Williams was the founder.
Yeah, Michael Carter Williams.
Tom Brady's white.
Shit.
White people, as you know, don't commit crimes.
Wasn't Brady on the Epstein list?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's a little suspect. A little too suspect for me.
I think Tom Brady had better things to do than hang out with.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Well, a lot of those people, I'm sure, had better things to do.
I don't know, dude.
That's good that he's not on the list.
You think Prince Charles could have gotten pussy?
Yeah.
We're moving on from this topic. This way. But now let's talk about a man who allegedly is a top 10 draft pick in this year's upcoming draft. Supposedly the best of the best. Bronny James is a top 10 pick in the 2024 NBA draft, according to ESPN. Jonathan Giovanni is allegedly writing that he's a top 10 pick, and this is way higher than we all thought. We thought he was a late first, early second. Bronny James is a 6'4" combo guard at Sierra Canyon School in California. He's undecided on what he's going to do, either college or go play professionally. We've heard the NBL is an option, and we've heard, Ohio State or Oregon are the top two schools. LeBron has said that he wants to play with him. His contract ends next year before the 2024 to 25 season, which is when Bronny is going to be a draft eligible. And they didn't say why he's a top 10 pick. They just said that he's a really good all-around player. I personally think he's a top 10 pick. And the reason why people are saying that he's a top 10 pick is that if you draft Bronny James, you get LeBron James. You get two players for the price of one.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why people – I don't know why it's so baffling that Bronny James is a top 10 pick. I think when it's all said and done, he'll be top 5. He might even go number 1. I don't understand it. This man's dad is LeBron James, dude. He just had to grow into his body and grow into his game. I mean,
Because he's
a
not.
bucket. He's a fun bucket too.
Because there's an argument that if Bronny James's name wasn't LeBron James Jr., he wouldn't even be a first-round pick.
That's all fine and dandy, and I know we can't compare Kenyon Martin to LeBron James, but KJ almost went undrafted. So I don't. That's like the worst. That's just the most recent dad-son combo I could think of. Jabari Smith, maybe. I think Bronny. It's hard to watch high school basketball, so I think when he goes to college and when he goes to USC or Ohio State, which he should definitely do, don't go overseas, don't go play professional ball, just go enjoy the co-eds, be the big man on campus, be the Michael Jordan. I think once he's playing at a collegiate level on a team like one of those two, I think people will finally start to realize, like, oh yeah, it's not just because his dad is LeBron James, it's because he's improving week to week. Say that to my face.
Bronny to Orlando, dude. You know that if somebody traded for look, the NBA is going to sign their CDA and their media deal, and then right before the Bronny James draft, they're going to be like, oh wait, we're expanding the NBA. We're going to put in 2 franchises. LeBron's going to be like a part-time owner of the Las Vegas NBA team. Las Vegas is going to get
also have the first pick in the draft.
No, expansion teams can't have the first pick, but I think they usually have the 3rd or 4th pick. With the 4th pick of the draft, the Las Vegas Aces.
Women's team name?
I don't fucking know.
If they name it Aces, it's so gross.
Yeah, the Las Vegas Venom.
The Las Vegas Aces. It sounds well, but I feel like that's their woman team.
The Las Vegas Royal Flush draft.
The
Bronny
Las
James.
Vegas Desert.
You know, like LeBron would act surprised that they drafted him.
The Las Vegas Gamblers. Aces is a WNBA team. Yeah, that's why it doesn't work at all.
Yeah, no, I definitely find it's interesting to think about. I just think that Bronny James. What if there's like the most trades we ever see in the draft? Ace is I personally think Bronny James should go overseas because get away from your dad, get away from the spotlight, and like
anywhere in college is getting away from his dad.
No, but be a fucking ocean away.
It's the same damn thing if he lives in the beautiful state of Ohio.
If he goes and plays in like, Melbourne, Australia, he has to earn every minute. He's playing against 35-year-olds, 30-year-olds, people who are actually on a fucking paycheck trying to fucking provide, players from around the world. Instead of being, top guy on college, fucking every virgin on campus. And,
a big deal for college. That's a fun thing to do.
Yeah, but you know how much better it will look for his draft stock if he went out.
He doesn't give a shit about his draft stock. He's top 10 undisputed with or without his dad, Mr. Goat James.
I'm telling you that it'll look better because college basketball is significantly worse than the NBL. The NBL.
Why does anybody care?
Any NBL team can beat almost every single team in college basketball except for the Kansas Jayhawks.
None of that matters. None of it matters. Like that's for guys like Jay Sean Tate who are trying to get into the league and didn't get drafted, not for fucking Bronny James.
LaMelo went to the NBL. RJ Hampton, Rayon Rupert, Ousmane Dang. Okay, the NBL is better than the G League. The NBL is good. The NBL is better than the overtime elite. The NBL, if you're going to play professional basketball instead of college basketball, you should go to the NBL, and you should rather play in the NBL than college basketball. College basketball is worthless. It's a waste of time. It doesn't teach you anything. It's basketball that is still stuck in the 90s. That's what college basketball is.
It's the right way to play.
Now you sound like every conservative in the deep south that they
right
say I watch college basketball because they play the game the right way.
They do.
All right. They don't play with all that rizzle razzle Jizzle dazzle.
And Mr. Iverson comes in the league and changes
basketball that they
basketball.
play in the NBA.
Allen Iverson is the most influential basketball player of all time.
No, you know who it is?
Yes.
Muggsy Bogues.
Not even close, dude.
What do you mean, Spud Webb? How many short guys got inspired by Spud?
How many
Webb?
short guys are in the league? How many 5'5" players are in the league right now? 0. Marcus Keene couldn't even get drafted. That man put up 30 plus at Central M.
Yeah, Central M. Completely forgot.
Allen Iverson changed.
You pulling out Marcus Keene?
What's up?
Marcus Keene blew my mind.
That man he should be the starting. He should be the backup point guard on the New York Knicks right now. Keep the left-handed mojo going. I used to watch Marcus Keene highlights in class in high school.
Really?
That man was a walking bucket.
Marcus Keene. That's just so funny that you said that. I haven't heard that name in so long.
Is it Marcus? It's Marcus Keene, right?
Yes, it is. It is. He's
let's look up his college stats.
No, in Germany, he's avraging in Europe. He's been averaging 20 a game since going to Europe.
He's overseas. I'm so happy for him. Okay, so he transferred from Youngstown State and drops 30 points exactly on 48% efficiency, 37% downtown, 4.5 rebounds, 5 assists for Central M. That was awesome. I feel like they made it to the MAC attack. I need to see if Marcus Keene, if Central Michigan made it to March Madness. I think they were horrible, but I could be wrong.
All right, well, Jackson figures that out. Let's talk about.
He was the first player to average 30 in a game since '97. Forget about it.
You have tickets to see Pat Bev start?
Yeah, I'm flying in later tonight.
You're actually going
to Just kidding.
Dude, if you actually were flying in to see Pat Bev play, this show's over. This friendship is over.
Dude, that'd be so cool. That stuff we'll be doing 1 year from now.
I would love to do that. That's the plan.
Yeah, I don't think
my girlfriend texted me her cousin was watching golf balling, and then one of her friends were watching golf balling.
Yo, it's crazy. Watching, I'm gonna assume the Instagram.
Yeah,
I don't know. Okay, because I don't think people are watching the YouTube at this point. Those were tough videos, iconic videos. Though.
So, have you heard this rumor?
No, what rumor?
There's a 70% chance that James Harden returns to Houston. Supposedly, he really loves the young guys. But the main reason he wants to go back to Houston is he loves Houston. He loves having the keys to his city. He loves being the face of a franchise. And I think he just kind of likes being able to do what the fuck he wants. What are your thoughts to the report that James Harden, there's a 70% chance this offseason he returns to Houston? We're hearing that it would be championship or bust, basically, for James Harden to return to Houston. I mean, to stay in Philadelphia, they would have to win a championship. With every game that they lose and every game that passes, the chances of him returning to Houston are more and more likely. Kelly Iko of The Athletic, who's the beat writer for the Houston Rockets, says there's a 70% chance because where there's smoke, there must be fire.
Fucking nerd. I love Kelly Iko, though. It's a nerdy comment, though.
So will James Harden return? I think if he doesn't return this summer, next summer he goes back to Houston within the next 2 seasons.
Yeah, I think that's a number pulled out of the ass. I don't think it happens this year. I think the numbers would be flipped. And I agree with you fully. I think next year is the year after the player option. I think Philly's doing a phenomenal job, and they're only bolstering their roster. The only way I could see Harden getting out of there is if they lose in the first round or if they choke in the second round desperately bad and it doesn't look good. But I don't know. I don't understand why Harden would go to the worst team in NBA history in the last 3 seasons again, just because he likes it there. I mean, I think he's going to take that money and then come on over to Houston. I think we need to start getting back on track. I don't know why you would, especially if Silas is the coach. I don't know why on earth you would want to come back to Houston right now. But once we get Scoot and get a good point guard and then fill out that roster, trade for Mikal Bridges, then yeah, definitely. I think the contingency to this is Harden's he's gonna bring somebody else, so we can't get into cap hell, which we're not even close to cap hell. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on if Harden were to come to Houston? I 100% think he'd bring a star with him.
First off, if they got Scoot Henderson or Victor Wembanyama this offseason, I think it's a fact. And then they don't win the championship, it's a guaranteed fact that he's going to Houston.
That's a big gamble on a rookie. I don't know, man.
But yeah, no, I think he recruits somebody like Chris Middleton.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah. I love Chris. He doesn't really move the needle for me. In this hypothetical, I do see what you're saying. I worry greatly. I know this isn't Rockets talk, but I worry greatly about the fit of Vic and LP. I don't think that would work.
Really?
At all. Yeah. I worry about that because I don't want to lose Shen. I don't want to lose Penguin. But Vic at the 4. Man, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's definitely an interesting thing to see here.
It's an unbelievably great problem to have. So I'm all for it.
If you're watching live right now, hit that like and subscribe button to help support the channel. Be greatly appreciated. And if you did enjoy it, be a friend and tell a friend. And if you didn't enjoy it, forget it ever happened.
Running a heater like 7 straight shows with 100 views. I think the one that got deleted didn't, so it's a good thing it got deleted.
Which one? The Mac McClung?
Yeah, the Aussies. The Aussie one.
What's it called? I edited it and I edited out the Aussie stuff, so it's technically not deleted anymore.
Did you really? I didn't.
It's because of the Aussie clips we played at the end.
Oh my god! Yeah, you're right. It's still live. Oh yeah, that one choked 68 views. Oof.
Yeah. Well, that was also the day after the All-Star break when no one gave a fuck about basketball. People are starting to come back because when's the first game?
Tonight.
Yeah. Okay, we're back tonight, right?
Yeah. I think like Skip Shannon took it off.
We have breaking news.
Miles Bridges reinstated to the league. Yeah, you're late.
So we have some breaking news, and it's coming from Sham Charania. Let me redo this.
Teasing us.
All right, here we go. So the Hawks have formally begun discussions.
Hawks are in talk with Quinn Snyder. We got Mr. 81, capital J out here.
No, I just want fucking a picture. This is what you guys are getting right now. Or here we go. This is better. So the Hawks have begun a conversation with Quinn Snyder, and they had a virtual meeting on Wednesday. Snyder was believed to be out of the country as of Wednesday, and the sides are working on a potential in-person meeting in the very near future. Along with Snyder, we've mentioned Charles Lee, Jordy Fernandez, Kenny Atkinson, Spurs assistant Mitch Johnson, and G League South Bay's head coach Miles Simon. Among the pool, the Hawks' main focus right now is on Quinn Snyder. There is a mutual interest between the Hawks and Snyder at 29-30. 8th place, the Hawks believe the right time to move on to their coach of the future, if possible, and believe in Snyder's ability to enhance their culture on and off the court. So it seems like they're trying to get him right now. He's 56. He has a 372-264 record. And on Tuesday, they fired Nate McMillan and made Joe Prunty their interim coach. What do you think of Quinn Snyder if he becomes the head coach?
It sucks for Ime, but Quinn Snyder is perfect for the Hawks team.
I'm a big fan.
Guy as well.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of his. I just know that a lot of people say Quinn Snyder's offense is like just his schemes for offense and defense are very complex, but they work very good, but they're complex due to the rotations, which a lot of people say takes about a year, takes one full season to install. to get accustomed to playing. That's why players who got traded or signed to the Utah Jazz, everyone would say, okay, the first season is always going to be worse than their second season because in their second season, they're going to be fully integrated into the system.
Yeah, that's fine because the Hawks, regardless of their coaches, aren't doing shit.
Yeah, this move would be try to save this season to make a push and then to build for next season. But no, I think I think it's a good situation if you can definitely remedy it. I don't know. Oh, look. Swaggy, you're funny. It doesn't matter who coaches the Hawks. Again, hit that like and subscribe button if you guys like the idea of Quinn Snyder joining. And I think Quinn Snyder, he had Donovan Mitchell and Mike Conley. You got Trae Young and DeJounte Murray. All right. Clint Capella will be his Rudy Gobert. His Bojan Bogdanovic will be DeAndre Hunter. And his Royce O'Neal will be John Collins.
All right, yeah.
This is going to be the Utah Jazz of the East. They're going to be regular season dogs and second round exits.
Damn.
I love Quinn Snyder, but that's his last 2-3 seasons in Utah was we'll have the best record in the NBA, but we'll be a second round exit.
It's just Donovan Mitchell can't be my best player. I'm sorry.
Could Trae Young be your best player?
I don't know. I don't think so. But
who's better, Trae Young or DeJounte Murray?
Trae Young.
Splatty.
It's just the thing with Mitch is he can only get as far as he lets you.
Quinn Snyder or Ime Udoka? I'm on the whole Ime Udoka train.
Udoka, but Snyder's the OG. And
Snyder Udoka, I'm fine with, but I'd rather have Udoka.
I'm thinking Miss Johnson. Could you imagine if that's the move?
Mitch Johnson.
I thought it was Miss Johnson. I thought you were talking about the assistant coach of the Spurs.
Yeah, Mitch Johnson.
Oh, then what's the girl doing over there? She's not the
There's
assistant.
no girl.
Wasn't there a girl on the Spurs coaching staff?
Splatty says Ime Udoka's all right.
He only had the greatest turnaround in NBA history.
We'll just ignore that as a rookie.
He took it to the NBA Finals after being 20-21 halfway through the season.
Pretty wild. All right. There's nothing else to report right there. That's the clip. Quick little quip. Hawks are talking to Quinn Snyder. I'd rather have MA, but Quinn Snyder's a good choice if they have to hire someone mid-season. But let's play a game that we like to wrap up the show with. You know what game that is? You know what game?
No. I've never played a game on this show. It's
Evan Mobley.
Oh shoot, yeah. Probably. Oh, let's go.
No idea.
Let's not go Bear.
What's PJ? He's in the
Used
West.
to be a forward.
Yeah.
Oh, could be Eric Gordon.
You want me to try Eric Gordon?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. On 6'3".
Used to be a guard and a forward.
So he's a forward guard who plays in the Northwest or the Southwest. Oh, he's on the Mavs. He's on the Mavericks. He's taller than 6'5", older than 30. Numbers below 11. You know who this is.
I don't know who it is.
You don't know who this is? He was just recently signed.
Oh, wow. Damn. Forget Justin Holiday is a Mav now.
Yeah, Justin Holiday, bro.
How could I forget my Bulls legend? in our darkest era,
In our darkest era.
outside of right now.
All right. Ooh. You got anything else?
Wolves of the playoffs, baby. Get ready. I don't think it begins tonight. Yeah, it begins tomorrow.
What, the NBA?
No, the Bulls finals run. The Bulls Boston Celtics turnaround season.
Who plays tonight?
Like half the NBA.
All right.
I think, right? It's Thursday, isn't it? Yeah, there's gonna be some TNT action going on.
Yeah, there is, as of right now, 9 games on tonight.
Grizzlies, Sixers,
With
Warriors,
good-
Lakers. Let's go.
We should be back to full time tomorrow. Just there
you
has
got
been...
Knicks analyst on, and I can tell them why they're not better than the Philadelphia 76ers, and it rhymes with LJ Garrett.
You're funny.
The man's shit, dude. Get rid of him.
It's...
Unless he drops like 25 in the playoffs. Oh.
Bronson was robbed of an all-star.
Brunson is so good. It's unreal how good Jalen Brunson is. I was at a bar like a couple of weeks ago and these guys were watching the Knicks game on their phone, and yeah, the Brunson train it's real with the Knicks fans, as it should be.
Well, if you guys did enjoy today's episode, we will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern time. And with that being said, hit that like and subscribe button. It'll be greatly appreciated. And if you guys want to be a friend, tell a friend. If you guys really did super much enjoy it, we'll appreciate any support we can get. And yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe. And if you guys didn't, forget it ever happened. We'll be back tomorrow. Jackson, you got anything else to say to these nice people?
Well, thanks for watching, and I assume I'm clipping this one.
Yeah, and then literally I have it halfway written. We just also need to get on a call with them. Probably
set up a Zoom, just like Quinn Snyder.
Yeah, we'll set up
Quinn
a Zoom.
Snyder.
Yeah, we'll set up a Zoom. And no, I spent last night writing it and taking screenshots, but then I was like, oh, we're definitely gonna have to talk to them.
Yeah, I was thinking of like maybe making even a video, or I can, yeah.
Yeah, I think video would be good. Maybe if you screen record editing.
We do what's it called? We do clips differently, I assume.
Yeah.
Or thumbnail, sorry.
Yeah, probably let's have screen record us doing shit and then send them it.
Because I use Canva, which costs money.
I use Adobe Express. They both cost money. Well, Adobe Express is free.
We'll write it off.
Right out.
I love Canva so much.
I love Adobe Express. All righty. We're going to head out, guys. Till next time. Bye, pussies.
See you.